Okay guys, so we're just going to work out how we can calculate the volume of a triangular based prism. This is actually just a little bit more difficult, taking us on from the next onto the next stage from the task you just started. So first off, we're going to know how to find that triangular based prism's volume. To do that, we need to know how to find the area of a triangle, and then we need to know how to find the volume of a prism. Now you've done the volume of a prism already, and you should know how to find the area of a triangle, but let's just do a little reminder for that. So the area of a triangle is worked out by the formula half the base times height. So what you need to know is what the base of the triangle, size of the base of the triangle is. So if we look at this triangle here, we can see that the base of the triangle is 8 meters wide. So that's our base. So what we're going to do is we're going to write down half times the base, which is 8, times the height. Now what's the height of that triangle? Well, the height of this triangle is 3 meters. So the height is 3 meters. So instead of writing height, we're just going to write down, 3. Put that into our calculation. Half of 8 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Now it's an area and the unit is meters, so it's 12 meters squared. So that's us worked out the area of a triangle. So that's a little reminder for you. Next, we're going to work out the volume of a sphere. Next, we're going to work out the volume of a triangular based prism. Okay, so here's our prism. So the triangular based prism. So the first task here, guys, is to work out the area of its base. So what we need to do is we need to find out the area of that triangle. So that's our first step. So the area of a triangle, I'm just going to write down a tri, is equal to half the base times the height. And I'm just going to write b instead of base, and I'm going to write h instead of height. Now after that, we can see quite clearly that the base of the triangle is 4, because if you look at the shape, the front, it's 4. Now this triangle could be at the top as well. The height of the triangle is 5. So now what we just have to do is we have to swap in those numbers into this area formula. So half base times height. So what's half of 4? 2. So that equals 10. And it's meters squared. Now, remembering from the last task that the volume of a prism, so I'm just going to use V for volume, is equal to its area times its height. Now, we know that the volume of a prism is area of its base times its height. So the height of the prism is 11, even though it's on its side. And the area of the prism is 10 meters squared. So the area is 10 and the height of the prism is 11. So let's get started on working out what the volume is. So it's the area of the base, which is 10, and then the height of the prism, even though it's just been knocked over on its side, is 11. So it's going to be 10 times 11, which is 110 meters. And then because it's a volume, it's going to be cubed. Now make sure you write down both stages of the working, the first and the second. So you need to write down the first step, which is above the purple line, and the second step, which is below. And it's important because it helps you remember and recall those steps later on. So it's part of the learning process is writing out the formula, even if it's tiring and you know how to use it.